Sabrina Lopez, and urban sprawl damages the environment by increasing pollution. The New York Times stated Lake Nona as pasture and promise. This is a long-time reputable source and has done an in-depth analysis on the town. To me, pasture means ignorance. For example, pasture just means an open field on which to build on. We base our idea of innovation on just destroying forests and open fields. However, these open fields and forests are actually home to about 500 native species in Florida alone. The New York Times article shows what really matters to investors. All they talk about is money. There's an excessive amount of statistical figures and money figures, but in reality, it doesn't really go into how all that damages the land. I used the Journal of Economic Perspectives to show the increase of pollution on the streets based on urban sprawl. The reason this happens is because as the city goes outwards, the numbers of consumers increase with the number of households. This means more waste, more garbage could include more pollution on the streets, can be ingested by animals and other species. The only problem with this source is that it is outdated. It is from 2004, but in the grand scheme of things, the concept with the correlation goes well with my thesis. So Fortune did an in-depth analysis on the founder of Lake Nona. He also founded Isleworth, and he went into detail on how he implanted rose bushes to make it more appealing, and how we have at the top of our hospitals healing centers and gardens for the patients. This shows how most of the things that we do involving nature in our community is mostly to appeal to the residents and doesn't actually do anything to protect native species in Florida. So when we look at this, we can take it and make it into a broader concept. This leads the path to my solution, which is the conservation areas that we can create actually appeal to residents and also preserve species that are endangered in the area. So all these pieces of evidence generally connect to my main theme that urban sprawl destroys habitat and creates pollution, but can be solved with innovative conservation areas. Although some of these sources may have their weaknesses, I think they all highlight the ignorance of how damaging urban sprawl actually is for the environment and other species that aren't human. Thank you. Oh, any questions? Thank you. What questions do you have? Thank you.